Don't tell me my boy's about to lose his wife. Not that I expected her to actually live. Oh, don't break my heart like that. That's not okay. Are we actually saying goodbye to him? So My Hero Academia Season 1 has come to a close. Yes, we got Season 2 coming out next year. But I wasn't prepared to say goodbye seemingly to Knuckleduster. Now, thankfully he wasn't the one to, kick dirt. But, seems like we may have to say goodbye of having him in our party, and that makes me sad. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, show your support, subscribe if you're new around here, and of course Patreon, full live reactions and exclusives live over there. So, it makes sense. Why was Knuckleduster fighting to begin with? His wife and kid. His wife was bedridden, sick, and, on death's doorstep. And the one who seemingly was responsible was his daughter, who got possessed by a queen bee larva maggot that got ripped from her eye socket in the previous episode, and I still have nightmares over that. We know she did die last week, but seemingly she was revived. And, eye is definitely removed, which makes sense. I mean, I don't think there was an eye there to come back. I mean, granted, prosthetics, who knows? So if his daughter's alive and well-ish, his wife has passed away, I mean, what he fought for, it makes more sense for him to be a dad who stays home and, looks after his kid. Would it really be responsible for him to go patrolling the night? It's not like that's his actual job. It's not like he's a hero being paid to do this, right? Like, he would just be a vigilante. It would be irresponsible parenting. The thing is there is a way for him to come back, and that's probably a time skip. The way Koichi talks is that it's implying that his time being the mentor, the head of the household, is over. That became the crawler, right? The poster for Season 2, it does have Knuckleduster in the background, but it looks like he's walking through the door. So that could just be imagery to imply that, that's him leaving. I do expect to see his character in some capacity, whether that's simple shots, civilian, whatever. But I'm not saying it's impossible for him to come back. It's just for the short-term minimum, that's over for them. At least that's what they're trying to imply. And if you do a time skip of some sort, even if it's a few months, 6 months, whatever, even a year potentially, his daughter being better and them having a normal life or them needing help would make sense. But within the short term of a couple of months, it wouldn't really seem, given what we know about him as a character, despite him being my favorite, removing him is the well-written choice. But with that said, I do expect he comes back in some capacity. But that's not what I expected at all. To walk into this episode, the death of his wife or kid, that's on the table. The idea of removing him from our crew? No. But when I saw him leave his Knuckledusters, my poor boy though, he's like, oh, he must want me to clean them. Oh, my precious cinnamon roll. You're just getting the more pleasant, I'll be back with milk and cigarettes later. He wasn't returning. The thing is he was looking for a new weapon. Little fist. He moves at quick speeds. Quick punches would be perfect for him. And also would be kind of symbolic that he took up, the mantle of his mentor who no longer pops by even for Sunday brunch. Hopefully he still stays in touch though. There's no reason we can't stay in touch, right? We don't gotta be a deadbeat friend, right? This modern age, it's very easy to keep communication going, but I digress. Very fun episode for the most part. I'm not surprised his wife died, but it did catch me off guard initially because I'm like, what the Man, I kind of forgot about you, but the fact that she at least got to die happy knowing that the daughter was safe, if there's any glass half full mindsets, I mean, that's that. I like what they're doing with the trigger effects and the idea that it's getting so bad that it's no longer, oh, we used to be able to kind of deal with these people getting juiced up, but now it's to the point of they're like miniature kaiju monsters now. And the idea that, our boys had to come to the realization that he's not really capable of fighting. Captain Celebrity's out here saving his bitch ass every single time. And it's kind of crazy that they're able to override the dosage to the point that any negative side effects that would normally stop them from, it would basically be the OD of the situation, is overridden, meaning they just go so superhuman and extreme that until they burn out, crash out, basically all the blame will get put on them, but you can't stop. It's just like a walking bomb, man. It's pretty crazy what they're able to do. And I mean, if you look at, I think it was the poster image, or I saw something, but the dude in the ponytail who seemingly is taking over for where Knuckleduster's daughter is leaving off, I mean, we all know it kind of relates up to the big bad of the world to begin with, All for One, right? All for One, One for All? I always get the quirk and the name mixed up, but you know what I'm talking about. But at the end of the day, it seems like every corps probably will have someone who's like the current focus, and it will always tie back to like the big bad or whatever, right? And I think that's a good way to go about this. I loved Core 1 of this show. I truly believe this will probably become my favorite story in the My Hero Academia universe when it is all said and done. I know we're going to get a full adaptation. With the main show ending this year, them confirming the second season for next year, we're going to continue to get yearly My Hero, at least for the short while. And as I've been saying, I really hope, I don't care if it's Horikoshi, I don't care if it's the person who wrote the Vigilantes manga, there's so much story to tell, both new and old. You could make a series focus on All Might in his prime, or his rise to his prime. You could set a story 50 years past where the main show ended, because, you know, there's still going to be powers around, unless I just completely avoided being spoiled on the ending of My Hero. There's so much room left to explore in this world, but if for some reason, right, like let's just say Vigilantes and My Hero are all we ever get in this universe, that's a pretty good set of stories to go out on top. It's just, I feel like there's no way in hell with the brand popularity of this series that more manga and anime don't get made. Look at how many anime original movies they made just with the My Hero logo. The shit sells. Love this season. Love this final episode. It made me laugh. It made me feel sad. And if you look at last week, it made me want to vomit because goddamn. I did have some people question like how something that large could come out of an eye socket, and I need to break this down. The eye socket is pretty deep. That's like a squishy egg bee thing. So it's like, even if it came out, you know, like a foot-long sub, that thing can get compressed a decent amount, and the eye socket's deep, and there clearly was like no eye there, and seemingly there still is no eye there. So yeah, that being ripped out of her did make sense to me, and her coming back alive also makes sense to me because the healthcare in this world be built different. It's obviously limited, and there is limitations, as seen by Deku being told by the nurse at multiple points, like, if you keep doing this shit, I won't be able to repair you. But for your first rodeo with eye larva, I can believe she came back from that. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, ring that bell. And like I mentioned, full live reactions and other exclusive over on my Patreon. Like, hey, I give a video shout out to all of my patrons. So today we got Fate, Zeshram, Dark Lord, Dylan Miles, Jonas Pierre, Stephen Thomas, MJ Minion, Sacha, Azoff Montgomery, MiG021, and we also have James Wright. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and you all have a good one.